The final battle in Hunter x Hunter is something that's been hinted at ever since the beginning of this series, but what if I told you that the final battle is going to be between two characters who you never thought it was going to be between? Yes, now we know that the final fight in Hunter x Hunter, it is one of the biggest things in shonen history, because Hunter x Hunter, not only will it possibly never finish, so we might not ever get to see this epic final battle, but no, in all seriousness, the series itself is built off of action, and we know that some of the most iconic moments are the fight scenes like Gon versus P2, Karapigon versus Vogan, the list goes on and on, Crollo versus the Zoldyck. So I definitely do have to say that the fight scenes in Hunter x Hunter, they definitely have always and will always be top tier, and it has been hinted at heavy in the story itself. For example, a lot of people, they do believe that Gon versus Hisoka is going to be the final fight, and if you're one of those people, then rejoice, because that has been hinted at throughout the whole story, whether it was in the Hunter exams, Heaven's Arena, so on and so forth, or if you're someone who believes that the final fight is going to be something other than Gon versus Hisoka, then you can rejoice too, because there's been a lot of foreshadowing for Gon fighting other people other than Hisoka throughout the series. That's what this video is going to be for. And we do know that our main man Togashi, he is known for tournament arcs. It will most likely end Hunter x Hunter on the same note, because like I said, Togashi, not only Hunter x Hunter, but he himself, all of his stories have been known for having great action, Yu Yu Hakusho greatness. So I can definitely see Hunter x Hunter taking that same route. And speaking of the final battle, I can see it being a routing between Gon and Hisoka, because like I said, this has been built up from the very beginning. Like I said, the Hunter exams, that was obviously the start of these two very particular relationship, and we do know that Hisoka, he did teach Gon after being a arch rival to him for so long. So that just goes to show you that these two, they are developing together and they are continuing to grow. And we see that Gon and Hisoka, they have gone through the same thing in the manga. We do know that Hisoka, I don't want to say that he lost his power, but he lost something that's possibly equivalent to his power, which is his life, and then he was giving a second chance on a whim similar to Gon. And now we do know that both these characters are resting until they get back to full strength. So what better way would to see these two characters go at full strength than to have them pit up against each other at the end? And speaking of the end, I have to discuss Gon versus Kilowog, because yo, this is a battle that will for sure happen at the end of the series, and this can be the final fight, because Silva, he says that Kilowog will be the reason for Gon's death, and that was something major, because we seen that right after that Kilowog went ahead and saved Gon's life. So I definitely do think that this was foreshadowing for something in the future, because we do know that Gon and Kilowog, even though they are best friends, they have very different ideals. We see that Kilowog, he was raised on a family of an assassin, so you can see why he thinks the way he does, whereas Gon, we see that he's basically the complete opposite. So I could see this being a way for them to finally settle their friendly rivalry, to see who's truly stronger, because yo, Gon and Kilowog, they've been going back and forth with each other throughout the whole series in terms of strength, and it's been a good rivalry. So this battle will prove which one of these two are stronger. And speaking of proving who's stronger, we had to discuss Gon versus Jing, because yo, this was literally Gon's choice, or Gon's chance to prove to Jing that he was not a weakling, because we saw that Gon, he only wanted to catch Jing just so that he could prove his point and prove that he was a hunter, because he didn't even really want to talk with Jing, he didn't really want to conversate with him, he just wanted to find him. And we do know that Jing, he wanted to take Gon with him on his adventures, meaning that he did have high hopes for Gon's power and high hopes for his strength. So I do believe that once Gon does get his Nen back, which will be later on in the series, this will be a way for Gon to test himself against his father, Jing Freaks, the man who trained against Netero. And we seen that Gon, the Hunter exams, they kind of began with him versus Netero. So now that Netero is gone, one of the few people who did train with him, Jing, he could be the person that does basically test Gon's power to prime Netero, the strongest hunter that ever lived, and see if Gon at the end of the series in his final battle is as strong as the strongest man who ever lived. Comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't.